I'm Adam Merino.
And I'm Mike Merino. That's right, we're related.
We are two cousins talking music and how it relates to us.
And why it should relate to you.
This is How It's Related. Welcome into episode 1. Man,
Good to be here.
Yes, it is stupendous. We're going to explain we should explain a little bit how we got here and how it's related. You see what I am 1 year your senior, basically.
Weird.
And
I never think about that.
how old do you think we are?
I don't know. Samesies.
Oh, I mean, yeah, 1 year when you're in your 40s, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, I definitely would like to hold it over your head any chance I could when I was 7 and you were a measly 6.
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a little different because, like, different grade, like, you're in kindergarten and first grade? Ew.
Yeah. That's
Ew.
like when me and my sister were kids and she's like,
Well, another year.
I am older than you. Yeah, she's 2 years older than me, but she's like, I'm wiser. I'm in 5th grade.
Yeah, well, it's
Shut
a
up.
big deal when she's in first grade and you're not even in school yet. That's kind of a big
Yeah,
deal.
living off the grid.
So, a shout out to Aaron Zico. The name Zico will come up a few times because
Few times.
yes, because she did happen to marry one of my best friends, and so it was a little awkward at first. Quick story. So he came to me as a good friend would and be like, "Hey, is it okay if I date your cousin?" And I don't know if I ever told you this, but I said, "Yeah, it's cool. It's not like he'll get married." Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
And well, to my chagrin, not really. They ended up happily married and have a mansion now, and we like to go there and watch the fights and
That one time.
do our thing. But yeah, that's kind of funny. So yes, we are two cousins and we love music, and we both have an 87%. We're at the same level. I 87% think most of your music stuff is dumb, and you 87%, maybe 88%.
I'd say that number's a bit higher.
So we relate that way, but one thing we always agree on is that we just truly need music in our life or we shall perish.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And whether we like it or not, we know about it enough to actually have a conversation and tell each other why they're stupid.
to speak on it, yeah.
Why you're stupid.
So a classic example, like honestly, we were talking about this before this show, and so like this is kind of the stories that you'll hear. So when you hear this, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah, Betty Davis. So, okay, TV in the 90s, commercial breaks, you would often see compilations for, just song compilations, pure moods, and it would be like Enigma and
Richard Marx.
Enya and stuff like that. Well, and then, and then like pop hits or just weird, specific pop country hits that you heard on the radio.
Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, and it would be that song and Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane.
Of course.
And I'm sure Richard Marx, because that album Rush Street had some hits on it.
Yes.
I haven't thought about Richard Marx in probably since Rush Street.
And there you have it, folks. The reason for this show is to
Yeah.
just talk about a few random things like, oh, do you remember when this? It's like, well, hey, let's talk about it because other people, what we want is for you to be a part of the conversation and like feel like you're with us where you're like, oh, I remember that too. And I don't think about that when I hear Betty Davis Eyes. I think about this, but it still relates to you. And so on this show, that's basically what we're going for. So make sure that you like and follow. We're on Facebook and Instagram, and the most fun way to watch is on YouTube. You can get us where you podcast at Apple and Spotify as well, but you'll kind of have the most fun if you're on YouTube probably.
Or Friendster.
So yeah, Napster as well. So we know that the most of our listeners know Napster. We're not getting too many 18-year-olds on this podcast.
Yeah,
so we're
with
good.
those, yeah.
We're good. LimeWire. We're good.
Those
Hashtag.
young ones with the LimeWires.
Yeah. So all right. So we were talking about being young. What Do you
We
remember?
were talking about being young. Remember when we were young?
I had $1. I had $1 once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your like? We kind of have our different memories of music. So, your father and my mother are brother and sister, but we were raised similarly in bands like Eagles and stuff. But
Yeah.
I was a little bit heavier on Beatles and grew up with Herman's Hermits. Like, I do have distinct memories of my mom vacuuming and having a record on, and it's Herman's Hermits, and it's Henry VIII I Am,
Mm-hmm.
and I like remember it. I'm not gonna say I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm not gonna be that guy.
I remember it like it was 35 years ago.
But I do remember it literally, and like listening to the radio and Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, and like us jamming in the car together.
Great song.
And so I remember doing those things, but I know for you is a little different.
A little different. It's weird though. It wasn't as. I'm assuming that your house was a little more diverse musically. Maybe not. I mean, your parents are huge Beatle heads, like
Yeah.
probably the biggest Beatle fans. But my dad, guitar player. It's in the family, but it was ELO, Steely Dan, the Eagles, Marty Robbins. Remember that guy for some reason? Marty Robbins is great. That was the first time I realized that like songs were also stories, like you're listening to the words. But really, I mean, my mom liked Amy Grant and, stuff that was like, okay. But, or as some people know her, Michael W. Smith's wife or ex-wife or something.
They didn't technically. Amy Grant, you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they were like together.
I thought they were.
I know. I'm pretty sure Michael W. Smith's wife, I believe, is Deborah, and they've been together for quite some time.
Deborah W. Smith.
Well, I don't think her middle initial is actually.
Can you imagine?
What a coincidence!
Right.
Like,
yeah. So those are the core memories that I have, is just listening to mainly those three things. My dad liked to listen to all the same stuff.
It's Deborah K.
Oh.
So
Well, that's good.
her middle name is actually K-A-Y. So
Well, it's just intentionally misleading.
It's not Debia, just so you know.
W. Yeah.
But I did know that I mean, how weird is that? I didn't have to Google that her name was Deborah. I had to Google what her middle name was, is all I had to do. But I knew it wasn't W.
I wonder why I've had in my head for 40 years that was...
So I will exactly tell you the reason. Because friends are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never because the welcome doesn't end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we grow, because a lifetime's not too long to live as friends.
What?
That's the song. That's their famous song. And I may have butchered like 7 of those lyrics out of the 37 but that's like their famous song together. It's called Friends, and it was before Monica and Chandler and all them.
Okay, so I'm connecting the dots here. People before the internet just drew conclusions based on...
Yeah, there was no Reddit.
Yeah.
Mike's a big Reddit guy.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking Reddit maybe on some of this stuff.
Maybe.
Like where to get your music threads. Like, go to Reddit.
And to quote Amy Grant, baby, 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 baby.
Yeah. So, yes, they are not.
World record for most use of the word baby in an album.
Is that a real thing?
Nope, just made it up.
Okay. 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 No, did you see my eyes?
Yeah, you lit up, sir.
Like, wait, for real? No, for fakes.
But, I mean, that's believable, right?
Oh, for fake's sake.
For fake's sake. Okay. Oh,
so
I get it.
All right. So, another quick story. We talked about Eagles. My middle name... now I have to. I kind of just had a brain like, wait, don't do it.
You've started.
I don't announce usually what my middle name is. It's not a thing. I'm not like overly excited about it because it's just especially when it means something else across the pond. But my middle name is Randy for Randy Meisner, who was the bassist, the original bass player for the Eagles. And legend has it that I was going to be named Randy, and my mom said, we're not doing that. He's going to get bullied. Not literally
Really?
bullied, but yeah.
Huh.
I was going to be called Randy, and I was a miracle baby because they had miscarriages and stuff before me. And so my mom said, no, his name is Adam. We're going to name him Adam. And my dad said, well, will you give me the middle name? Can we do middle name Randy? And she said, fine, whatever helps you sleep at night, that's fine. But his name's Adam. So
after Adam Levine, of course.
Yes, because we
from Metallica or whatever.
Yeah, we both take our shirts off at concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Randy Meisner, the Eagles, for giving me my name, kind of,
And
which I
shout
don't
out-
announce usually, which I just did to 17,000 people.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. And also shout out to Randy Meisner for singing arguably the best Eagles song. Probably the best Eagles song. Fight me.
Don't at him. Don't. That's what they're saying today.
Don't
right?
tase me,
at
bro.
Don't tase me. Yeah.
Remember that from 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
take
the-
it
in
to the
face.
limit. Google
Man.
it. Go
No,
to altavista.com.
I feel like they don't have to necessarily Google it. I feel like
Then
they
you
can
go
just,
to Ask Jeeves.
I feel like they can just go to their memory banks, because most people know.
You type in https://www.google.com, and then you will. There it is.
And you'll just
See, you
have
did
it.
what I said. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I asked Jeeves and he gave it right back. So yeah, take it to the limit is just like what it reminds me a little bit is in Seinfeld. It's not this song, it's Desperado, but
Right.
Elaine dates a guy and he's like, Elaine, will you just be quiet? And she's like,
Shut it.
oh, sorry. Oh, what is it? The song, Elaine.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, what? She tells Jerry, he's like, really? A song? Well, maybe we can have a song. Witch a woman.
A witchy woman.
Great
Yeah.
episode. Great Seinfeld episode. So yeah, ELO definitely the melodic. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
melodic band, right?
But a lot of ELO stuff is arguably borrowed from Beatles stuff. They're very Beatlesy. It's Donald Fagen. He's
Beatles-esque.
probably a fan of the Beatles.
Yeah.
It's safe to say.
Yeah.
Beatle.
the-
Beatle.
The Oneaters.
I just watched that movie
You
like a week or two ago.
You want to talk about it? That's
Yeah.
like Jim
I was-
Gaffigan. Hey, I saw Heat.
Yeah.
That movie came out 12 years ago. I know. I want to talk about it now.
Well, it holds up. It's a delightful film. And it's
It's a good movie.
it's a great movie. It's just fun and charming. It's a charming movie.
And the song is catchy, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a good movie. That Thing You Do is a solid film. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of shaping this podcast to just let you know what you can expect. We're gonna banter about what makes music tick and what makes certain songs go and what makes certain songs flop and why you are wrong for thinking certain songs are good, because Mike will point out very harshly of why you are stupid.
I've gotten a lot better.
Yeah, which says a lot because it's still bad. So it's like,
Yeah.
imagine how.
But that pretentious failed musician just lives in me still.
Yeah. So we'll navigate it together. I got you, cuz. What up, cuz?
Hello, cousin.
Oh, I can say that. I could like talk like that. What up, cuz? So no, I shan't.
Yeah. Probably don't do that.
Probably don't do that ever. Thanks. So yeah, again, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new content drops. Also, shout out to the Toy Pit, our buddy. Also, yet another Mike. If you are looking for like a Ninja Turtle for your kid, right, or a Transformer, I say Transformers and Ninja Turtles because they're still so relevant, and they were hardcore relevant when we were kids. And it's kind of cool to see how it's still a thing. Star Wars is still a thing. If you have a daughter and she likes American Girl, that's a thing. Well, if you hit up yourtoypit.com, you can take a look at inventory. You can buy, sell, trade. It's super cool. Anyone that loves music the way that we do and is our age will probably find something that they like.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage Pail Kids,
And you can get
starting
weird with it.
lineups,
Get
pops.
weird, yeah. Mask figures, you know?
Well, maybe he doesn't have that. That's a little obscure.
Or
But
G.I. Joe
he
Rolling
might.
Thunder.
Dude,
You might have that.
G.I. Joes. Did you ever put firecrackers in your G.I. Joes and watch
I
them?
never had G.I. Joes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very, man, childhood. Great memories. So, again, on this show, we will talk through how music relates to us and why it should relate to you. So, again, be sure to like and subscribe. Check us out. New episodes drop every Monday, and we will see you next week. Okay, so if you happen to like this episode, please tell a friend.
And if you didn't like this episode, please tell nobody.
Be sure to like and subscribe on Apple and Spotify and, of course, YouTube.
Follow us on social media as the links are in the show notes.
Remember to check out our next episode where we will tell you how it's related.